Wait, what'd she say?
When John
Yeah. You remember, we're here. This is on YouTube. What's up, YouTube?
What's up, YouTube? Parker doesn't want to edit you, so you're getting all this.
I'm not editing you. But what's up? Elevation Nation. We are back. It is January 12th, 2023, episode 202. We are rocking and rolling with Elevation Nation and the elevation that is happening in the real world. I'm holding the mic this time. I feel compelled because I'm standing and like I'm speaking to an audience. And I guess the only audience is you, Sam.
I guess so. All right, let's get into it. 14-15, man. It's January 2023. People had a lot of, I'm sure, New Year's resolutions and goals that they were excited about. But Parker, we were just chatting before this. We actually did something that's very non-Elevation Nation-like, I guess, this year. Would you agree with that statement?
Sam and I didn't make resolutions for the year, which I think is really interesting because we never talked about, hey, are you going to make resolutions or I'm going to make resolutions? Like last year, if you go to our episode where we talked about resolutions on, the first week of January, we were talking about we have these goals. The year before that, we did a whole workbook and everything. And this year, I think it's very funny that both of us didn't fill out anything. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and how that is both a good thing and maybe not so much of a good thing. But
it's crazy.
Dude, January is crazy because the gym gets so busy and obviously that's become cliche now, but dude, I can't find a freaking treadmill in the morning. And there's 30 treadmills in the gym and everyone is full. And the thing that pisses me off, now we're going venting here, everyone's walking. This is not a walking mill. This is not the place. Okay, everyone's walking. I'm trying to run here. I'm trying to run on these treadmills. Go walk outside or something.
I walk on the treadmill. I walk backwards up the treadmill.
Yeah, there's side walkers. There's backwards walkers.
Yeah,
there's people who put the hill up. Listen, I get it, but
you obviously don't because you.
I'm
seem
in
to
the
hate
minority when it comes to the runner on the treadmill.
So you think that because you run, you deserve a treadmill more than other people?
I never said that.
It sure seems
I'm disappointed in those who are on the treadmills who are just walking.
Why?
But I'm not disappointed because they are getting active and they are getting out there. But why do they choose to walk but not run?
Because running's horrible for your knees. So
walking is easier.
No.
Yes.
Why? You don't even know why.
Objective.
Yeah, walking is easier. You're right.
Yeah.
But I walk. You asked why I walk instead of run.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about the 29 other people on the treadmills in the gym.
I'm standing up for them, Parker. You cocky running asshole. It's okay,
because in 3 weeks, they're all going to be gone.
That's
hypothetically.
True.
I mean, that's what New Year's resolutions seem to always happen, is that people make them and then they don't commit to them. So let's talk about that. How can you commit to something that you never even wrote down, Sam? We didn't even write down goals or resolutions this year.
No.
Why'd you take that path?
Instead of looking forward this year, I looked back. So I didn't write New Year's resolutions. What I actually did was I answered a bunch of questions reflecting on my past year, and then I went through my camera roll and I wrote down highlights from every single month. And the reason I did that was because sometimes I get so caught up in the monotony of every single day, right? I work from home for the most part. I'm in this apartment. I work out in my gym upstairs, doing a lot of the same similar things. And I wanted to remember that I did make a lot of cool memories. I did have a lot of cool experiences this year, and it was pretty spectacular. So that was really helpful for me. The reason why I didn't look forward was I'm trying to just live in the moment a little bit more this year. I'm so type A, and I typically plan things out. This year, I just want to try to make new experiences, new memories, and be fulfilled and be happy. So that's kind of my mindset for the year. It's very strange for me to not have New Year's resolutions, but I'm also pretty satisfied with some of the things that I've already been doing in 2022. I don't have like a lot of things I necessarily want to do net new for 2023. There are a couple, but like not enough to write down. What about you? Why didn't you write anything down, man? Very unlike you.
I think it's important to like make concrete goals and have them written down, but we often quantify a lot of those things.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're doing ourselves like a disservice by quantifying our goals, because if we don't meet that goal of going to the gym 200 times, let alone 50 times a year, we don't, run this many times a week, we don't lose that much weight, we don't meet up with that many friends a month, we're like, you're setting an expectation that what if you don't actually meet those? Are you a failure now? Are you a failure within your own mind? Like, because it's your own goals. And like, I've come at a little bit like you, looking backwards in my year, and I had one of the best years of my life last year, from a personal standpoint, but also a growth standpoint, both personally and at work. Going forward, I just read this book, super, super awesome book, and it's called The Courage to Be Disliked. And it talks about how the things that happened in the past, like, that's gone. Like, that's not reality. Everything that's happened in the past is not reality. Everything that's happened in the future is not reality. The only reality for you is right now. The things that you can do right now, the things that you can change right now, the decisions, the actions that you make right now, not what just happened a minute ago in our conversation. That's gone. And the book makes this like very strict, concrete point that like when you make decisions and thoughts, you can't look backwards or forwards. Just go and do and be, and it's going to be okay. And I thought that was really interesting. Because in 6 months, I don't know where I'm going to be at. I don't know what's going to happen in the world. I don't know what's going to be my state, both at work, health, whatever it is. But if I write down these goals and like, I don't know. I keep going back and forth about it because it's like down the road, you never know what's going to happen. So I just don't want to fall short of any expectations. So might as well not set any expectations at all.
Whew. I don't know about that last part.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting point. I don't think not having expectations is the solution, because I think you're naturally just going to elevate and do great things.
Exactly, but that's the thing. That's the thing with mental fortitude. That's the thing. Like, I know who I am, and if I continue to bring my genuine self to the world every day, right, Sam? Then naturally I think things are going to progress the way I would hope them to.
Yeah. I mean, I think
it all comes down to values. And those are not yearly.
Yeah, like this year I accomplished a lot, and I'm excited for next year. I didn't have like small tangible things to write down. And I think to your point, Parker, it's not about like I don't have expectations. I have a ton of expectations for this next year. I want to be happier than I've ever been. I want to be fulfilled. I want to make the world a better place. I want to elevate. I want to bring Elevation Nation to the next level. I want to enjoy my job. Like, there are a lot of things I expect to happen. Maybe that's wrong to expect them to happen without a plan. But right now, my steps to get there are not clear. I have that vision, but my vision's not super clear. And so just because it's January does not mean I need to force a vision upon these things to myself or force accountability on myself, because I have mental fortitude 12 months out of the year, not just in January. And so while everyone takes a step back to start the year and reflect on what they want for the upcoming year, I think I try to do that throughout the year, and that's what I try to do this year.
Why is it just the beginning of the year or the end of the year, this made-up time, right? Calendar, whatever, where we say it's the new year. Like, why is that the point where, okay, this year I'm going to do this? It is a consistent thing. It's not just a one-time-a-year type of thing. I mean, I think about where I want to go, and how I want to be on it every day almost. You have to think about those things if you want to elevate. You know, how did that meeting go? I reflect. Wow, how did that meeting go? What did I do well? What did I not do well? How is our conversation going now? Reflecting back and then using what you've learned to go forward.
I agree.
That has nothing to do with goals, right? It's about growth and learning and being introspective at that point.
I agree. I love it. I think, whether you have New Year's goals or not, I totally see both sides. We're not shitting on having New Year's resolutions. I think they're important. Like, if you need that clarity, do it. Now just wasn't the right month for me to come up with that clarity. I just hit some really big milestones that I just want to try to celebrate a little bit more and feel good about.
It's true.
So I'm trying to enjoy time. I'm trying to make more memories. I'm trying to evoke feelings in this next year. Those are some New Year's resolutions, I guess, for me. How I'm going to do those, I'm not sure. I know I want to go on more trips with people. If Parker will ever come on a trip with me, we'll see. That's one thing I want to do. No, I'm good. I want to give back to the community a little bit more, get involved in my community a little bit more. I guess that's a tangible goal that I have. And I want to just continue to learn. Dude, right now I'm reading a book that's like super not a book I would normally read. It's from the perspective of the former usher of the White House, living through 6 different presidencies and stories from the White House. Like, I never read about history, but it's been great so far. Like, just learn, man. I'm excited.
That's a value that you have. That's something that you've always been a learner. You've always
lived curiously.
You've always been a giver. You've always been someone who wants to give back to the community. You've always been someone who is trying to explore the world. And now as you look back, you realize, wow, I didn't do that as much last year. So that's where I'm focused on going into now. It's not a resolution. That's a realization that you might have had yesterday. Right?
Yeah.
We can continue those internal conversations with ourselves at any point of the year, not just at December 31st and January 1 at the start. We can start any day. And the best thing I like to say, Sammy, is that there is no good time to start. Never a good day to start besides today. Gotcha. No, but there really isn't.
Yeah.
There really is never a good day to just start.
It's always hard to start. Just do it, though. All right, let's do some elevator shout-outs. Shout out to elevator number 57, Joe Rinaldi. He is currently building an impressive brand called Project Endure, which helps people push through their mental blockers that they have to accomplish their goals. I know sure as hell that Joe made some pretty incredible New Year's resolutions for what he wants to do. I have no idea how he can possibly work out harder every day, but I'm sure he's going to figure it out because he's an absolute beast. So shout out to Joe and Project Endure. They're doing some amazing things, helping some great causes. Check them out. We're proud of you, Joe. Keep on working, man.
Our man, Christian Van Camp. Sam, what number elevator is he?
Let's see. CVC. Where is Mr. Van Camp? Let's see. He is number 68.
Ooh, nice and close, kind of. Well, we caught up with Christian Van Camp, elevator 68, very recently. It was great talking and chatting with him. He is a health nutrition guru. I think guru is the perfect word for him. My man transformed his body and his life through nutrition, and he has more knowledge about the things that we put in our body than anyone I may have ever met. It's incredible. And he is launching. He's in the process of launching. No,
I was just shaking my head. I'm excited.
A new course for his people in his community. So stay tuned on that. We'll keep you in the loop, but we're pretty hyped about that. And Christian is an absolute awesome guy. And if you haven't checked out our conversation with him, you have to go back and find it.
He's a genius.
Yeah.
I love it. Elevation Nation. Happy New Year. Until next week.
Dude, that's done. That's done. What do they give you, 4 days for that? And then
There's a Curb Your
unrenewable?
Enthusiasm episode on that. It's hilarious. I love
It's
it.
annoying.
All right. Till next week, Elevation Nation. Peace.
Peace.